Rachel Maddow told y'all years ago what type of person Donald Trump is. Nobody listened. Rachel Maddow told y'all years ago what type of person Donald Trump is. Nobody listened. Rachel Maddow told y'all years ago, what type of person he is. Nobody listened.
You will go down in history as unequivocally and inarguably the worst president in American history. He leaves office with his campaign chairman and his deputy campaign chairman convicted felons. With his most long-standing political advisor, Roger Stone, a convicted felon. With his campaign manager, Steve Bannon, under federal indictment and awaiting trial. With a criminal investigation of himself and his business underway in New York and possibly another criminal investigation pending against him soon in the state of Georgia. With the last two banks on earth that would still do business with him pledging now to never do so again. One of them closing his accounts and calling on him to resign the presidency. The other one is the one to which he has personally guaranteed over $300 million in outstanding loans, which are soon coming due, with no one having any sense of how he will possibly pay them. With his business interests cratering at home and across the globe, with a live question in play as to whether he will be the first president to ever face a lifetime legal ban on him ever running for office again, with even his wife leaving Washington with an approval rating nearly 20 points lower than any other first lady in history. She's the only first lady in history to be viewed on balance negatively by the American public. That's like a physical impossibility, but he's managed it somehow. His longtime fixer and lawyer is also not only now a convicted felon, he's one who has cooperated and is cooperating in an ongoing way with multiple ongoing investigations into the president, including the criminal bank fraud and tax fraud one that is ongoing in New York. His niece is suing him to get the inheritance she says he stole from her. He's soon going to be deposed in a defamation case brought by a woman who says he raped her and who says she saved a dress with his DNA on it to prove it. The company that was lined up to broker the sale of his now flagship property, his D.C. hotel, that company now refuses to be associated with him and will have nothing to do with the sale. The city where he was born and raised and lived his whole life before the White House, New York City, has canceled all its Trump Organization contracts. He, of course, in the middle of his one term in office, said good riddance to New York and moved to Florida, apparently out of some combination of spite and tax interests. But even still, his neighbors in Palm Beach, Florida, are asking that town to enforce zoning and tax rules in order to prevent him from actually moving in there full time. And the PGA won't put tournaments at his golf courses anymore. And he's banned from Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And apparently they can't find anyone to come to the sore loser send-off that he's throwing himself at dawn on his last morning as president at an airbase after he was voted out after only one term. The only president in U.S. history to have ever lost the popular vote twice, to have been impeached twice. The only defeated incumbent president ever to use violence by his supporters to attack the U.S. government to try to force his continued hold on power. He leaves tomorrow at dawn, slinking out before the inauguration of the man who soundly beat him. He sneaks out early tomorrow as the only president in living memory to face the legitimate prospect of post-presidential conviction in the Senate and a lifetime ban on holding office and potential federal and state criminal charges in the courts. Other than that, how was the play, Mr. President? Was it worth it? If you could have seen today, if you 5 years ago, could have fast forwarded to see me say that on TV, and it's all true. If you'd known how it would go by the end of it, would you still have done it? You will go down in history as unequivocally and inarguably the worst president in American history, with what may literally be the rap sheet to prove it. That's what you did. Glad you did it. Wish you could take it back. We do.
And giving it back to you, the people. And we give it back to you, the people.
Ma'am, what happened to you?
I got maced.
You got maced. And what happened? You were trying to go inside the Capitol?
Yeah, I made it like a foot inside and they pushed me out and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
Thank you.